Cam, Friday and Saturday we were told about that some diesel was spilled at the hairpin. Has that taken any effect? Has that had an effect as we watch the replay here?
That's, yeah, Cameron McLean just sort of looked like he went to have a little go up the outside of Larry and just got his wheels on the mud, but it looks, oh, no, maybe he was rushing up and sort of thought, hang on a bit, I'm going a bit too quick into that. What do you reckon, Cameron?
Yeah, I think he may have blocked a rear brake there, Barry, as you say. He went in a bit deep at the car.
Extraordinary situation unfolding here. And I tell you what, with Murphy back in 4th place, Jason Bright a couple of positions ahead of him, but of course Jason had a pretty crook second race, so he's conceded a...
Oh, trouble at the hairpin. This time it's Rick Kelly. And how did that come about?
Another safety car, possibly. If Rick's probably just waiting to let the field peel through while he gets out of trouble here. He should be able to do it, unlike Bernard in race 2, had the rear end trapped.
Okay, mate, just try and get it going if you can.
She's got a lot of fluid leaking out from under.
It's all over.
Whoops. Well, Rick's saying that there's no way he can move, so... Well, Bernard was stuck in almost identical place. He had the rear just lifted slightly, could not drive out of trouble there, but this is a totally different situation.
The question is why? How did he end up crossed up?
Hairpin, stuck on the exit of the hairpin.
Yellow flag.
He's trying to grab reverse, and they're deploying the WPS safety car again. And the marshals on the job explaining to the competitors to stay wide at the hairpin. Yellow flags flying. SC boards are out for the safety car, so a confusing motor race, this one. And here's the Zinger replay. Let's see whether we can pick up in the background what's occurred. I think Rick just appeared. Russell's in behind him. Now, it appears as though they made contact, but there may be more to the story when we see a wider shot or a shot from a different angle. We caught a little bit of it in the middle. And that's the best information we have on that situation at this point.
Set to go for race 2. Tander is on the right, Richards on the left. And a fairly even start. Marcus Ambrose, tremendous start. He gets the jump on Rick Kelly, and it's Tander and Richards arguing. But Garth Tander will lead them into turn 1. It was a clean opening lap yesterday. Will it be the same today?
One of the HRT cars has gone to the inside of turn 2, tangled up with the tyre barrier down there. Anthony Tratt's gone wide on 2 as well. Great jump from Tander. Richards got through cleanly. Ambrose leapt ahead of Kelly off the line. Someone's in the dirt, one of the Dodo cars, and that's Jamie Whincup. He'll go all the way to the gravel trap there, but it does arrest him. Fortunately, doesn't make contact with the barrier, so big problem there. Car number 33 off. Somebody's tagged McConville on the exit of turn 4, and he's gone right down to the grass where it's wet. It'll be quite difficult to get the car back out of there.
Whincup's day ended at the Ferodo hairpin yesterday, and it looks to be the same today. And there was someone else off in the background with McConville as well.
I suspect that Todd's problem started back here. He's made contact with Jamie Whincup in all this nonsense back in the mid-pack, and Jamie's arrowed down there. The gravel trap did its job.
Neil, we're not sure if he's well, Jamie's collected him on the way through here, but you can see by this wheel here where maybe one of these wheel nuts is collected here. It's broken it here, and the tyre's gone down, the in and out.
And one of the Orcon cars was tangling with McConville there. Didn't actually pick up who that was. It was Bargwana, was it, in the 100 car? If you didn't catch our coverage yesterday, Jason's on his 100th Australian Touring Car Championship event start. Raise my eyebrows there because invariably someone makes contact down there, but they've got the job done. Can they do the same thing up here at the hairpin at turn 4?
On the outside, Cam McConville on Will Davison and Dean Canto. That's the long way round at the hairpin. And both Jack Daniels Commodores side by side. Dumbrell looks like he's got through on Stephen Richards. So not a great start from Stephen. We've got one around. It was Max Wilson.
And 3 cars tangled up, including Steve Owen and Paul Morris, just trapped on the outside because Max ended up round in the middle of the corner there. Someone was giving him a nudge on the way. All clear though, which is important. 6-second margin. Here's the replay, the Zinger replay of the trouble up at the hairpin. Watch Max Wilson because he got a little touch up in the mid-pack there. And Steve Owen and Paul Morris just trapped on the outside. Here it is again from the different angle. And Steve Owen that made the contact in the midships of Max Wilson's car. and Paul Morris was literally a passenger in the process. I think they're actually black flagging Lee Holdsworth again. I just heard race director Tim Shinkin say that it still stands.
Oh, no!
Again, big nose to tail shunt with Will Davison. This time, though, I think he's actually going to be, yeah, look at that big damage around the front of the gel went forward. That has knocked the front of that car around, so...
That is not a tap. That was...
It's a major drilling.
And James Courtney has done that several times, not to that extent.
Let you go because Davey Reynolds has entered the lane and there's more drama on the track. So that would be Jamie Whincup at turn 4, smoking it up. He's done a big 360 down there and dropped a couple of positions.
So what's happened there? Here it is again in replay. This will give us the explanation. Oh, he's had to lock it all up to not end up turning Will around.
He gave him a bump.
Nice job. Look at that. He had it in first gear. He just rotated like a go-kart.
Beautiful driving. Beautiful driving. Have a look at this. Now he's in first slot, gas it up, pick the clutch up, turn it straight around in its own length and drive away. Oh, that is as good. That's Safeway car park stuff. That is very, very good.
Don't attempt this in car parks.
If you drive like that in the car park, I'm never going shopping.
That's pretty wild.
That is very good. Great car control, great situational awareness. Look at this, look at this. And Frosty's going to drive what you always do when they're spinning like that, you follow the tail of the car.
He's all over him, Craig. He'll get up alongside him this time. Will had the big understeer through too, and again he creeps over. And that's going to end in tears. It's going to end in tears. Look at that.
Was caused by Will Davison moving over. You can't do that in the braking area. Once you've got track position, you can't move the car.
That's completely crunched.
Hang on, mate. We're not going anywhere. It's the flag safety car forwards and flag safety car. I need you to scramble safety car.
And you guys predicted it.
Well, that's where it is. And ultimately, you've got to leave space for the other bloke. There has to be room for him to have his car. You can't make it vanish. And that was coming from turn. I saw the understeer in turn 2. Will had the slower exit. I knew that would give an extra K or 2 to Craig. Here it is from the front. And watch the gap narrow, 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 narrow. Bam. And he's ridden up over the wheel. It's broken the front left suspension on the Team Vodafone car. And this will be a lengthy delay.
And sometimes this man makes winning look easy, but this weekend was a much different story. Whincup had to fight for this victory.
Great job, boys. Well, they stream under the Dunlop Bridge and work down to turn 4 for the first time. A couple of them side by side. Look at Van Gisbergen looking for a move on Reynolds. Reynolds has the inside line. Oh, some congestion that Neil talked about, and Davison's gone round.
Pushing his back. I was getting pushed from behind.
So Will Davison at the tail of the field rotates the car and rejoins an absolute last position. He was helped into that. This is Heimgartner. What a battle between teammates. And look at Holdsworth trying to jam up the inside here as well. So he now jams it back to the right. This is a battle, believe it or not, for 13th. Look at Pye. Todd Kelly's gone around. Pye's in there as well. It's busted the right and rear suspension, has it? The graphics just masking it. And look further in the back of the pack here for Will Davison and how much help he got in this process. Do we see it, or has it already happened at that point? Well, there's always trouble in that hairpin in the early stages of the race.
The view from Van Gisbergen. Oh, was there help from the 22? Hard to tell from that angle. Yeah.
Very difficult to be able to really ascertain, isn't it? Look at this. So that was Lee Holdsworth on Todd. I thought that Scott Pye was going to be caught in that. Now, has that moved that right rear wheel on Todd's car, or is it just an optical illusion? No, I think it's actually okay. He's just jammed up on the curb because there's no clearance with those cars.
It's bogged in the mud there, and he can't get out.
Sat it on the rear tyres, and he's scooted away. Oh, big trouble down here at turn 4. We've got Heimgartner, Whincup and Waters. 1, 2, 3 into the rocks. Jamie's going to get out of there. I'm not sure about the others. There might be something on the road. Got to So there must be something on the road for so many people to find trouble. So
it's oil out of Waters' car. There's oil out of Waters' car there. You can see the trail of oil there. They're all off. They're all off. Van Gisbergen's off. Mark Winterbottom's just got him. Van Gisbergen's parked. Can he get back out? He's going to grab reverse now. Grant McPherson looking on. This is huge because Van Gisbergen's been caught out by that oil.
Do your best, mate, to get it out.
And Tim Edwards shaking his head. Will Davison, in the meantime, has gone to the lead. Craig Lowndes from Mark Winterbottom. This is an unbelievable game sometimes.
Here's the replay of exactly what's gone on here. So Waters is fired up there. Can't stop it on his own oil. Leaves the telltale trail. There it is. Quite evident in the middle of the car, under the rear bumper. And here we are with Whincup. Listen to this when he gets up here on the oil. Some days are just like that, aren't they? More of the replay. This is the other angle for Waters. And in they come. Heimgart, Crunch, Whincup. And then about to arrive on the scene, unaware of the fact that there's so much oil there, is this man. Race leader Shane Van Gisbergen tried to stop it, had full left lock on, was on the lock stops, grabs reverse and is well buried up there. 1.5 second margin, Will Davison over Craig Lowndes. We're still looking at replay vision here. James Moffat tangled up in it all as well. And the track is filthy up there at the moment. So there's Van Gisbergen. Have a go at Frosty. So he's been carted high and wide as well. At least he got away with it. Meantime, for Will Davison, it's a hallelujah moment. So he's just come out the other side, struck by lightning, leader of the race.
We're set for our second sprint race in Tasmania. The thunder of supercars as they roar to life in Tassie, and a great start by both of those on the front row of the grid, but it's Waters that will prevail into turn one. Some lock brake action down there, and one of the shell cars was a bit tardy off the line.
Anton Di Pasquale got a shocking start, the worst start of the top 10 cars. So Waters and Whincup almost exactly the same. Young Will Brown was able to get to the inside. Right in behind him is Will Davison. Now Ken Van Gisbergen, who tries to force car 97 down the inside of 17. He's been turned. There's contact there with Jack LeBrock. He's also gone into the fence on the right-hand side. So Di Pasquale's been turned by LeBrock. Oh, who was that off on the right-hand side there?
Well, that was a very high speed. I think he got back on, whoever it was. And it's probably right now that he's starting to feel the effects of having to ask more of those Dunlop Super Soft tyres. Thomas Randall just came in and back out as well.
Andy did the fastest lap.
Oh, trouble here at the hairpin, and it involves the Penrite entry, David Reynolds and Mark Winterbottom.
Can you get it going, mate? Can you get it going?
So we took the shot and the cars are pointing backwards. So Reynolds was the car that you could see parked to the right. Mark Winterbottom's been able to get away again. And that car, if it can't be moved...
Can you get it going?
So let's have a look as for why. So at the last minute, Frosty moves down the inside of David. They make contact and
nowhere to go.
Chaz is just, he's an innocent bystander.
Yeah.
He was just parked in the wrong spot.
And then he copped one from Heimgartner when he checked up as well. Here's the replay from a different angle. So it's Winterbottom down the inside, probably running out of lock, tags Reynolds, Mostert with nowhere to go, and then Heimgartner makes nose-to-tail contact lightly as well. Lots of different angles covering this one off. And if you try and make the dive down the inside...
all teams, 15-second time penalty to car 18, driving the
been penalised. So Mark Winterbottom penalised for his role in that. 58.1 seconds was his standing lap time, and he's locked a brake badly, so badly he's going to run wide, and he relinquishes the lead, damage to those front tyres, and that could be to do with some of the setup trauma of having to rush that car out there. Hip and shoulder move here, they're still side by side, Jack hangs on. Brody's out the wild stuff, there's no grip out there, but he gets it sideways over the hump and gets away with it. Cam Waters gets in here, he's up on the outside of 3. He's now in the weeds going sideways, but he's stuck with it, and that'll
sixth place, LeBrock back to fourth. Great presence of mind there, Cam Waters, to position the car so nicely. He's done a beautiful job there. And LeBrock outbrakes himself. And he's run, Cam Waters has run Brody wide. And now there's everybody involved in this one down there.
The outfield, make sure he lets it open.
Feeney, Mostert,